So, have you ever tried playing the piano as an adult and felt completely stuck? Like you watch videos of other people's pianists online trying to play the song that you love, and suddenly you feel like, why can I not do that? Why my hands are not cooperating? And you start to think, maybe I started too late. Maybe this is not for me. Maybe this is too hard. Well, I want to tell you, it's never too late and it's not that hard. You can learn piano at any age, whether you're a teenager, you're a kid, you're an adult. And today I'll share 5 tips no one tells you. They are practical tips and advices to help you start progress and actually enjoy the process of learning. Hi everyone, it's Negin. Welcome back to my channel. So I started learning piano when I was 8 years old and I've been playing for 20 years now. But my journey didn't start with piano. It started with Orff classes. You know, those chime bars, the flute recorder, rhythm games, and basically learning music in a playful, fun way for kids. So these early games taught me rhythm, note reading and coordination without even realizing that I was actually learning the fundamentals of music. Then one day my teachers introduced me to piano, and at first on a tiny toy keyboard that I had at home I used to play, and I remember one of the first pieces that I ever loved listening to and secretly wanting to play but I couldn't was Chopin's Nocturne Opus 9 number 2, the one that I just played for you. And even as a kid, I dreamt of learning it. And you know, there was a button on the keyboard, the toy one, that when you pressed it, this music was playing, and I was just mesmerized by it. So over the years, I learned slowly, consistently, with half an hour to 1 hour of daily practice and half an hour of weekly lessons with a teacher. Setting small goals, like performing every 6 months in front of a tiny audience. My parents supported me through this journey, even when I wanted to give up because it was so hard. And now I want to share my experience to help adult beginners avoid frustration and make progress. Number 1 tip is to start from absolute basics and don't skip the foundations. This might seem obvious, but it's the first trap that adults fall into, wanting to play advanced pieces immediately. So when you're a kid, learning is playful. You explore, make mistakes, and enjoy the process. But as adults, we often want instant results. But here's the truth. If you skip the basics, you'll struggle forever. So you have to start small by learning simple exercises and scales to train your fingers and reading skills. Don't be embarrassed by beginner books. Even kids' books teach you the essentials. Use small songs to make learning fun and solidify the foundation. So even advanced pieces like Chopin's Nocturne rely on these foundations. So the secret is to break it down line by line and master each small step. Tip number 2, consistency beats intensity. So here's the key truth. It's not about practicing long hours only just once a week. Like imagine accumulating like 5 hours of daily practice that you were supposed to do in one Sunday. That is not going to work. It's about small, consistent practice, daily practice. And as a kid, I practiced 1 hour every day with weekly half-an-hour lessons, and that slow, steady approach built my foundation. For adults, Even 20 to 30 minutes daily is better than 3 hours session once a week. Consistency teaches your hands and your brains and ear to work together. Forget online comparisons. Progress is about your own timeline, so don't ever compare yourself to somebody else that is playing online, or in real life you're listening to them. Progress is about your own timeline. Tip number 3, focus on mistakes and isolate hands. What do I mean by that? So this tip is a real game changer. To this day, I still do that. So don't replay the entire piece when you make a mistake on a line. Focus only on that part that you had the problem, because this way you can save time, frustration, and just master that thing that you couldn't play. And remember that your brain can only truly focus on one thing at a time. So when learning a piece like Chopin's Nocturne or anything, any basic, advanced, intermediate, play the right hand alone slowly until it feels natural, and then play the left hand alone again slowly, and then when you're comfortable, combine two hands slowly and carefully. For example, this piece has a lot of lines, and when I want to start learning it, I start with just focusing on one line at a time, okay? And I don't just go straight with both hands and do it. I separate the hands. So I go with right hand usually, because it's easier usually the right hand. So I do okay, and then left hand, which is and when you're comfortable in each hand, you combine the two. Unless you're a professional pianist, that you can straight away play with both hands when you look at a piece for the first time, but that's not our case now. Tip number 4 is to relax, breathe, and enjoy the music. One of the hardest things for beginners is tension. Stiff shoulders, locked wrists, and watching the sheet music obsessively, which basically kills the joy of the playing. And here's how to fix it. You need to keep your shoulders relaxed, lift your hands slightly between phrases like you're taking a breath, and don't overthink every finger movement. Let the music flow naturally. Focus on the melody, not am I doing this correctly or not? Because if you start thinking about that, you kill the joy, and it becomes so obvious in your playing that you're just obsessing over perfection. I remember my teacher used to always tell me, the secret to playing fast is to play slow first. And this is something that I still do. And whenever I'm like, oh, I want to play really fast when I see a piece, I just remember this advice that you need to take it slow in order to become fast and good at something. So take your time with each note, each hand, each phrase. This is how advanced pieces becomes playable, even for beginners. And the last tip is to celebrate small wins and know your why. Learning the piano is a journey, so don't wait until you're perfect to enjoy the progress. Celebrate every small milestone, mastering a line, playing hands together, or correcting a difficult passage. Use a small performance or private recordings to track your progress, and these tiny wins keep you motivated. You can even play for your mom, your dad, your friends to, set a goal for yourself that, okay, whenever I do, for example, this page, then I will perform it. Or I record myself. You know what I mean? Like celebrating the small things rather than just, whenever I get perfect at this piece, I would do something. And always remember your why. Why do you want to learn the piano? Why do you want to sit here and, spend hours and hours or even money to learn this? Is that self-expression? Is that you get relaxed when you play? Is that you get more confident? This why is very different for different people, and it might even change over time. but it will carry you through challenges. And remember that learning piano as an adult is never too late. It's not about speed or showing off. It's about showing up consistently, practicing smartly, breaking down the piece, focusing on mistakes, relaxing and enjoying the music, because that's really important. Even advanced pieces like Chopin's Nocturne can be approached this way. Every patient, slow, mindful practice builds skill, confidence, and joy. And after 20 years of playing, I can tell you that the slow, patient path is the fastest, most fulfilling way to truly learn the piano, or any other instrument for that matter. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helped you to know that it's never too late to start, to show you that you have to start from the basics. You can't just jump into a piece that you love to play. That's not going to work if you're an absolute beginner. It can work, but in long term you would struggle. So that's my advice to you, and I hope it helped you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.